Anybody that has questions that they've heard about something during the week or two, news, things that were in the media, things we might have been involved in. Anybody have questions about any of the things that occurred recently? We've been busy with things with the county commission, with issues that were coming up before them. We've stayed involved with the neighborhoods in terms of what's coming up and what are concerns. So if there's ever anything you hear about or see or want to read about, please feel free to contact us and ask about, did you guys do this crazy mess? Or if it was good, we'd really like to hear that too. But please feel free to call. Yes.
Yeah. Did you see the article in the Herald Tribune on Sunday about somebody who it was really kind of they thought was grandfathered in, that they inherited a house where there was a rental over the garage, and it had always been over 20 years, people there. Suddenly he has this great big enormous bill because his place is homesteaded, like most of us are homesteaded. And if you're homesteaded, you cannot have a rental. And a lot of people don't know that. So I think that's something we really need to find out more about and let people know CSP.
I think that's a good one for our Commissioner Smith that may be hearing about this too, about how people are using their properties to keep their properties, you know, as long as they're able to, and renting a portion of it. And how does that work with regard to whether you still are eligible for homestead or not, or if it's commercial?
Now, of course, in order to be able to keep their homes, they want to have somebody rent. So this could be a real concern. We've got to find out about it.
And I suspect with the damages from hurricane and the other things people are living, or actually finding places to live, maybe short term, there may be a lot more of those things that we hear about. So thank you for bringing that up.
No, I thought you could keep your homestead if the owner occupied it. So maybe there's more to that story.
There may be. That's what we need to learn.
It's an annual rental. That's the other thing.
Right.
It might be an annual rental. That's what
If the owner was living there, then I think that's different. But if you're
they were living there.
They were living there
the whole time.
But they were transient. They were doing short-term rentals.
Oh,
and there may be a difference between long-term versus short-term.
There is a difference.
That's a good thing for us to research. And if anyone else does read some more about that, bring it to our attention. We will certainly start with the code enforcement officer. I'm sure he'll be hearing about that as well if people are worried about that in their neighborhoods, but also whether it's city, county, homeowners association, all these things also make a difference as well in terms of the rules. Anybody have any other questions about anything?
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, on the agenda, you talk about the annual meeting. Okay, and you also had, you say the date, March 2nd, which is a Thursday, I think.
Yeah, that is.
Yes. Tell us what that is. In the past, you know, it was a breakfast and a speaker, and we had to sign up in advance, things like that. That's less than it's a month away.
Well, we haven't had one of these great annual meetings in quite a while because of COVID. And Joyce, do you want to say anything about that, or just you want to come up and answer that? This March 2nd is not the date for the annual meeting. Next March 2nd.
That's the next.
Yeah, March 2nd is actually our next monthly meeting.
Did you want to say something about the membership before you do that later?
Just make sure, because Natalie's not here, I will say, please do tell everybody to sign up and get your memberships in. And we hope you will do it soon. And again, as I always say, I know there's lots of good vendors and merchants on the key, but I do believe this is the best $35 you'll ever spend here. Yep. So please tell your folks to spend it and join.
Okay, yes, the March 2nd is our next monthly. March 2nd is our next monthly SKA. So that's what you're supposed to say that date. But also, we haven't had an annual meeting for, I guess, 3 years, ever since the pandemic started. So this year, we're hoping we're going to be able to have we do plan to have a members meeting, and it will be March 25th, which is a Saturday. What was I going to say? Now I forgot. Well, we are, as you brought up, we do usually have a breakfast meeting and we're working on that. The people that used to do the breakfast for us have since retired.
Right.
So now we're working on finding a new caterer for a breakfast. And unless you've been living under a rock, you do realize that the cost of food has gone astronomical. So we don't know exactly what we're going to have at the members meeting this year, but we will have one on March 25th. And I do just want to get a feeling. Would you have a preference? I have two choices. Have a members meeting with no breakfast, just have a members meeting. Or if we possibly had a members meeting and you all would pay a nominal amount for the breakfast. So I'm going to ask you to just raise your hands. It's not a commitment. I'm just trying to get a feeling for where, what people feel. But would you rather have a breakfast, a meeting with no breakfast? Raise your hand. Okay, how about a meeting with a breakfast and you pay a nominal fee?
As long as the coffee's good.
Okay, good coffee. We got that. Okay.
I want the people online to also give me a hand, if you would, so I can work out. Would you let me know what you think? Give me a hand if you want a breakfast or need a breakfast.
No, not right now, though.
Well, they can do it online.
Yeah.
And if we have a breakfast, we will have to have reservations in advance. We'll do that online. And you need to be a member to come to have breakfast. You can come to the meeting and not have breakfast, but if you want to have breakfast and we have one, you'll need to be a member, definitely. So get your dues paid up. Thank you very much.
We actually do have a guest speaker that is arranged. We usually have someone who comes. I think our biggest ever time that we had a surprise for the community was when Dr. Leatherman, Dr. Beach appeared, and nobody knew he was even going to do this. It was a surprise to us too. It was wonderful. But that was some years ago, I think 2011. So since then, our breakfasts have been a surprising, wonderful thing. So we want to do the same good thing, and we usually have guests, of course, including our commissioner and including people, the sheriffs come, and many people to look forward to. So we hope this will really be a possibility. We're working towards it right now. It's been way too long since we all got together, just for a little bit of fun and good pictures and good stories.
Oh, could I say one more thing?
Sure. One more thing.
If you happen to be a caterer or have a good friend with a caterer, we'd be happy to talk to them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Spread the word. We're looking for someone who wouldn't mind a light oversight they have to do here. We have a wonderful kitchen back here, but you may not even have to cook. If food is delivered, just maybe be presence. We have a lot of opportunities. So thank you so much. And if no one else has words for anyone, please feel free to call us or write us if you did have questions you didn't get answered. And I'm going to now adjourn the meeting and you guys can have dinner.
Right on the bell.
Thank you all. Bye now.